I was telling them, send me to rural America. And they were like, what? I was like, send me to rural America. But they sent me to rural Georgia. And I mean, everybody came out and like people were really excited that like, oh my gosh, Jasmine Crockett's coming to rural Georgia, right? But it allowed me to be on the local news there so that those that maybe don't get a person like me on the local news could kind of see and hear from me and know that I lived in East Texas as well. I lived in rural America. I practiced law in rural America. So like I know the struggles that exist out there from actually living in rural America, as well as being someone who served on the ag committee. And so once they see that I'm able to talk the talk and that I understand the challenges, whether it's their hospital shutting down and me believing that your life expectancy should not be cut short just because of your zip code, because that's the thing that we run into in our big urban kind of centers. And so honestly, rural America and inner urban city, lower income areas actually share a lot in common when it comes down to SNAP benefits, right? Like me fighting for SNAP, that's not just for my district, it's more so for rural America.
I'd like to shout out to Largo, Maryland, Largo High School. They are the Maryland state champions, and what's so unique about it is that the coach son is one of the star players, and that's just big in itself, And right now we're featuring Jasmine Crockett, Senator Jasmine Crockett, no, House of Representative from Texas, Jasmine Crockett, who is a firecracker, who is taking no match from none of these, I'm gonna get my hat right, get my swag right, who is taking no match from these opposition that want to test her at the end of the day, like the lady, she been arguing with in the meetings, you know, uh, Green, whatever. I mean, her name is Melanie Green, something like that. And yeah, so but they got the right one because one, she's equipped, she's ready. She's not no fluke. She's the real deal. You feel me? And so it's like, her ducks are in a row. She ain't got no scandals or nothing because she already know what she up against. So you got to be clean dealing with uh, when you in the pit of snakes. You got to know how to move to not get bit. And she played the game well. That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, you know. Let's go in a little bit. From what I've been getting information about. This is Diana Ross' sister, Barbara Ross Lee, is the first black woman to become a medical school dean in the United States, breaking barriers in the field of medicine. She is also the sister of music icon Diana Ross. You know, so she's like a PhD nurse. And yeah, from what I think I read, yeah, a nurse practitioner. So that's a nurse that can act as a doctor, or she might be a medical doctor, a MD, instead of a PhD. So, yeah, so I'm not sure. Look at that iconic picture right there. Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. Into the Dragon. Who remember that movie? This is definitely an old school picture because Chuck Norris like 80. Him and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know, they still around, and you know, I like looking at vintage pictures of the greats, you know. Reggae star Coco T has died. So rest in heaven. Angie Stone been put to rest as well. This is my nephew on his prime. This was 2015. Uh, this is the first time I laid my eyes on a Tesla. He drove one to his prom, and I never seen it before. And I think his dad works at a Tesla dealership, and he was able to get them a Model One for their prom. So yeah, so my nephew, him and his date giving it up. That's my sister. She been gone 21 years. That's her three kids, my niece and two sons, and that was my nephew right there when he was a baby. So they all grown now. He the only one out of the three that don't have no kids. So